welcome to part number 4 of the Minish Cap playthrough. Now that we have the Earth element, we are going to head back to the Minish Elder and talk to him, and he will tell us where we need to go and what we need to do next and all of those goodies. And I'm not gonna lie, not much happens in this video. We have a lot of side quest things to kind of do. Some of them aren't side quest related, but there are a few things that need to be done right now, or don't need to be done right now, but I'm gonna do them right now just so I don't have to do it later. It's simple as that. Some of it involves playing this very repetitive mini game to make some money so we can buy another item, but yeah. So anyways, we head back to the Minish Elder, and he tells you to go to Merlery or something like that. And he will be able to fix your broken Pickery Blade, and then you will be able to infuse it with the elements, and then you'll get more elements and infuse it with those elements, and eventually you will have the greatest sword in Hyrule. Yeah. And that's the plot of the game. We need to fix the sword so we can save Zelda, and obviously there's going to be a few plot twists, and, like, yeah. But if you go over and talk to this guy after exiting the Minish village, he will actually give you another item. And this time you get the bombs. And if you don't know what bombs are, then yeah, you should probably know what they are. If you don't, I'll sum it up for you right now. You put the bomb down and then it goes boom. Alright, so now you know what a bomb is. The bombs are pretty standard. You place it down, it explodes. You can use it to bomb certain walls and clear debris out of the paths and stuff like that. They are a mandatory item, so make sure you pick it up. And this gravestone is quite ominous. What? Whoa, it just exploded. Alright. What did that get me? Nothing. Okay, let's move on with the adventure. To start off, you can only hold 10 bombs. You can get bomb upgrades, so don't worry. They're pretty easy to find. You'll most likely run into one of them because it's one you can buy at the shop, but the other ones are a little bit harder to find. But at the end, you can hold 99, or I think you can hold 99. I'm pretty sure you can hold 99 bombs at the end, which is far more than you need. You definitely don't need 99 bombs. Or is it 99? It's gotta be 99, because there's 1, 2... I think there's 3 bomb upgrades. So, I don't know. We'll see later on in the playthrough. But the bombs can be used to clear these debris right here, or these rocks. And it's pretty simple. They work just how you would expect them to work. They also damage enemies, but they're not that effective. They're somewhat useful, but your sword is just a better weapon for taking them out overall, so don't waste your bombs on taking out enemies, unless they're the type of enemy that can only be defeated by bombs, which I don't think there's any in this game. So anyways, now we're introduced to our other gimmick of Minish Cap. So there's this whole side quest where you have to fuse together these pieces, which are called kinstones. And basically, people have one half of these kinstones, and you have to find the other half, and then you put them together, and then something good happens in the world. Sometimes a chest will appear somewhere in the world. Other times, a new passageway will open, or someone will, like sometimes, you fuse a kinstone, and then a person in the town gets the idea to change up their game that they offer, or stuff like that. And yeah, this is the biggest side quest in the game. So basically, you just go up to people, and then sometimes this thought cloud will come out, and it will have a picture in it. And if you press L right here, you will go to the kinstone fusion screen. And you check your bag, and you see if you have any pieces that match with theirs, and if you do, something good will happen. If not, then you try to go look for that piece and come back later. It's not like each piece is unique. There are a few unique pieces, but overall, they're pretty generic. There's two types of green pieces, which are very common pieces. No, there's three types of green pieces, excuse me. They're very common, and the rewards are often not very good. There's two types of blue pieces, like the one we're seeing right here. The rewards are okay. They're not spectacular. There's two types of those. And then there's three types of red pieces. And when you fuse a red kinstone, it often leads to a great reward. Oftentimes, it is a heart piece or a combat upgrade or something like that. So whenever you see a red kinstone fusion, try to do it as fast as you possibly can, because it's just best to do it. You get great rewards. The one we did right there was a blue piece, however it does lead to a heart piece. So let's go see right here. If we go in this tree that we opened up, it leads to a heart piece, which is that's nice. Try to collect as many heart pieces as you can. Like I said before, it's pretty simple. I don't go off and get every heart piece I can as soon as I can. I wait to get them all at the very end of the game, so don't worry about watching me do all that right now. But if you go in this building right here, you will meet Swiftblade, and Swiftblade will teach you a few combat upgrades. Just basically some upgrades with your sword that teaches you new abilities. And yeah, it's pretty standard stuff, so whenever you see Swiftblade, see if you can train with him. Oftentimes you need an item to train with him, so come back every so often, and hopefully you'll have that item. So first we're going to learn the spin attack, and if you've played any other Legend of Zelda game, you know what the spin attack is. You charge it up and then you spin around with your sword, and it's quite powerful, so use it when you can. It's a useful ability, and it will come in handy for when you get surrounded in the field by enemies and stuff like that. It also helps with some of the puzzles later on in the game, but we won't be seeing that for quite a while. So whenever you learn a new technique with him, he will possess you and take control of you. See, right now I have no control over my character. I mean, it's just a way to show you how the technique is done, but it's kind of creepy when you think about it. Someone is taking control of you and forcing you to do things against your will? Like, I don't know, that's a little creepy. I don't think I want to come back to this dojo ever again. I think I'm going to stay away. I'm going to stay away from this creepy guy who stands all alone in this building by himself. Just, yeah. So every time you learn an attack, you'll get this tiger scroll. And if you ever forget how to do your technique, you can check it on the status screen. And yeah, there's a lot of these tiger scrolls, and yeah, we'll be getting all of them later on in the game. Most of them aren't really useful, to be quite honest. I mean, some of them are useful, but other ones, not so much. I mean, yeah, other ones you won't be using very often. Some of them you will be using, but other ones, they're pretty useless. We'll be seeing them later. So right now I'm trying to search for a specific red kinstone piece. This one isn't it. This is it's not the type I was looking for. But there's this one kinstone fusion that you have to do as soon as possible, because if you mess up this kinstone fusion, you cannot get an item later on in the game. And although it isn't, it's not a mandatory item, it's a really cool item and you really want to get it. Yeah, so now I need to get some rupees, and the only way I can get rupees, the best way to get rupees at this point in the game, is to play this game where you have to catch chickens, and yeah, you look throughout the town for chickens, and you throw them back in the pen, and you have to catch a certain amount in a time limit, and yeah, it's really boring, it's quite tedious, and you do have to play it for a heart piece later on, but it's kind of boring, and it's better to have some of the upgrades because this mini game gets really hard if you're trying to do it all right now, because there's some upgrades that will allow us to become more agile and stuff like that. I don't want to give it away, but you kind of need it. And this is the best way to make money at this point in the game. So now that I have 100 rupees, I can go to the general store and buy the wallet, which is 80 rupees, and this wallet will allow us to carry 300 rupees, which is nice. And if you notice, in the top left corner of the store, there is a shield, and how much does it cost? 80 rupees. So Zelda clearly should have picked the giant rupees, because that was worth 200 rupees, and then I could have bought the shield and had 120 rupees left over. Oh, well, at that point in the game, I could only hold 100 rupees, but I could have donated the rest to charity. I don't know. But Zelda was stupid. She picked the shield. I mean, I'm never gonna get over it. Why? Why did she pick the shield? Why? Pick the heart container, Zelda. Hey, I'm not gonna get over this. I never will. Oh, so I'm gonna speed this up right now. It actually looks kind of interesting when you speed it up like this, but I assure you, when you're playing it at normal speed, it's not interesting, and it's very boring, and if you mess up, you have to do it all over again, and it's just not fun. So I don't recommend you ever play this. Just get the heart container and never play it again, unless you really like this, but I don't. I do not find it fun. I find it very boring and uninteresting. So now that we have 300 rupees, we go to the store once again, and the boomerang will be available at 300 rupees. And the boomerang is, I'm not gonna lie, it's useless. I mean, all it does is stun enemies, and you really don't need to stun enemies in this game, because your sword is quite powerful, and to be honest, it's not very good. I mean, the range of it is very poor. You can only throw it like a short distance. You can throw it in any direction you want, but it's bad. It's not good. It's not good at all. There's really no reason to ever use it. It's a useless item. I mean, I can't, actually no, hold on, I'm gonna correct myself. There is one time I use it. I use it once. And I didn't even need to use it, but it's just a faster way of doing something. So, actually, no. I use it a few times, but I don't use it very often. So, get it if you want. It's certainly not mandatory, and it's not that helpful. But if you have the extra rupees, get it. Especially since there are a few infinite rupee tricks, which I will be covering. I'm going to cover one of them. The other one, I don't talk about it, but I'll mention it later on. There are a few ways to get infinite rupees. So yeah. So in order to go to this next area, you need to show the guard that you have mastered the spin attack, which, alright. Cool. I don't know why the guard wants you to master the spin attack. It's not like you need the spin attack to get through this area. The enemies can be defeated perfectly fine with just the normal swing, but whatever. So once you're in this new area, head down here, bomb this wall, and you will find another Deku Scrub. Go visit it with your shield, and he will offer you a very useful item. For only, what, 80 rupees? No, 20 rupees, excuse me. Or maybe it's more. Does it keep going? No, it's only 20 rupees. And it is the empty bottle. And you do need one bottle to beat the game, so you might as well get it now. You can't get the other bottles until later, and you need the bottle for this part coming up, so you might as well get it. So anyways, in part number 5, we are going to explore the new mountain area. I'll see you then.